How's it going, everybody? What is up? YouTube,
Hey
Twitch.
everybody. Yeah. Welcome everybody in YouTube chat and the couple of people in Twitch chat, our regulars, I guess.
Yep. How's everybody doing? Wow, good to see everyone. We're here. I guess we have a lot of new faces in here, Steph, right? So I
Yeah,
guess
we have a
I'm.
lot of new faces on YouTube definitely. I think
Yep.
some names I remember seeing before when we streamed the OpenDev scenarios.
Yeah.
Well, the first OpenDev scenario, since after all this is also an OpenDev scenario.
Definitely.
The names I'm seeing on Twitch are a lot of people I know, a couple of new ones. One I realized today, Scholastico, welcome to Twitch chat, and you have made a grave mistake. I know who you are now after you cross-posted between G2G and Civ Fanatics.
Wow, nice. What's up? All right. So I'm Rogan. I'm, I guess, 1/3 of the community team here at Amplitude. Steph is also part of that team. So we're 2/3 of it. And we're coming at you guys with some Stadia gameplay here. Who's had the chance to play it in chat? It really is just one click away. If you have a Google account and if you're logged in, you can just smash that button and you're there. There you go.
Well,
Um,
I mean, if you have a Google account and you've already set it up for Stadia, when I
right.
clicked the link the first time, it was like, oh, by the way, you need to enter your nickname and pick your avatar. And by the way, there's these 3 million privacy options, which of course it's a good thing that you have so much control over your privacy. But it's still, here's this giant list you need to click first. And when I
Yeah.
was done, then it was finished, and then it actually booted me to the main menu, so I had to
Ah,
click the link a second time. So
all right.
if it boots you back to the main menu, just click the link again. It's just because it needs to save all your profile information.
Yeah, but after that, then it's one click away.
Yeah,
Um,
and as Sylvester says, yes, of course, it's unfortunately only in the select countries that
mhm,
Stadia is supporting right now.
yeah. Um, why no Steam? We're not live on Steam right now just because we're playing on Stadia.
Yeah,
So,
that would be a little bit cheeky to stream Stadia to the Steam page.
yes. So we're here. We're playing the game. If you guys didn't know, which I'm sure a lot of you do, Humankind is now in its sort of pre-purchase phase. We announced yesterday that it'll be coming out in April of next year. It feels very good to say that, doesn't it, Steph?
Yeah, especially because it's not a joke.
Yes, exactly.
Some of my friends saw April 2021, and they were immediately on, not on the first, right?
Yeah, yeah, right. All right, so let's just get right into it. There. Thanks for the follow, Momo. We're jumping into this. Right off the bat, we realized that the onboarding in the Stadia build isn't the best right off the bat. We figured out a couple things. If you go into the settings, you can change it from from advanced to just kind of like the basic
To
tutorial,
beginner,
right?
yes. Yes.
So
There was apparently a small mistake when we compiled this build, and we forgot to set it to beginner to default.
yeah,
So that is the reason why there is so little tutorial, because it's basically turned off.
yeah,
So you can go to the settings, set it to beginner, and then the tutorial is turned on, and that will help a lot. But of course, we're also, especially Rogan, working on some other onboarding material.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So if you guys have any questions about getting started, we saw a couple on socials and a couple of the forums that we're on. Just ask away in here. We'll try to get to them if we can. And yeah, we'll just start it out right here. We're playing as the Nubians, which are a merchant affinity.
Yep. And
Um,
I see somebody on YouTube, Bastian. No, was it Bastian? Somebody asked if it'll work on Mac. I think we're targeting a Mac release for release
yeah.
right now. I think there is a Stadia app on the Apple Store that
So
you can use,
on
but I'm
Mac,
not sure because I don't have Apple products, so I couldn't test that myself.
so if you have Chrome on your Mac, you can get into here no problem. If you're talking about the actual game, we will be coming to Mac, but there is no like build of that released at this point. But as long as you have Chrome on your devices, you can try this out. Writing Bull.
Hello, and Hex Coyote asking where they can report bugs if they find it. If you want to report bugs, which we very much appreciate, especially our QA will appreciate that, you can either report them on our forums, gamestogether.com, 2 written as the number, but you will have to make an account for that. The advantage is there you can upload files like your screenshots and everything directly to the forum. If you don't want to do that, you can go to our Reddit page, r/Humankind the game. The is important because Humankind game was sadly already taken. And there is a Stadia OpenDev feedback thread pinned at the top where you could report your bug.
Yes. So, yeah, let's get right into it. So right here, we start off in this, barren desert. I mean, you got some trees over here on the right side, and you got a nice little river flowing through, but, out in the distance, that's a lot of sand right there.
Yeah, and you know what they say about sand. What was it? It's coarse and it gets everywhere. That was the third thing.
All right, so how do we start this? There's just so many things that we can do. I clicked into our city, so let's build something right off the bat. So I don't know about you, Steph, but usually I like to go for some industry, like right at the start.
Yep.
How do you like to play?
Well, it depends a bit on my environment, but
Yeah.
this, being a mostly dry environment, this is really, with all that rocky terrain, predestined for industry because, we have all the various ores that the game does not represent as a strategic resource, but as abstract industry, and of course, all the rock we can use for building, etc. So yeah, we should make makers' quarters.
For sure. So the nice thing about this is that when you click on whatever you want to build, you can also preview kind of what you're going to exploit on these tiles adjacent to your city center here. And as I hover over them, you can preview exactly what you're going to get for them. Some of these are like, you'll get 9 industry, but you'll get -3 science just because the maker's quarter is only going to exploit the industry. That's what it's for. So I guess I'll throw it right here on the +9. I mean, it's basically yelling at me to throw it down here.
Yeah, exactly. It does highlight the ideal spot. So
Yeah.
generally it's a good recommendation, but sometimes you may think, no, I actually want to build out in this direction because there's going to be an even better tile over here.
Right, for sure.
Or if you're pre-planning it like synergies between your quarters, because for example, if you look at the pyramids here, the Moreau pyramids,
Yeah.
the emblematic quarter for us as the Nubians, they get bonuses from being next to makers' quarters.
Right.
So you might be thinking, oh, there's this area with a lot of industry over there, so first I will build this pyramid, so then it gets the bonuses from the other stuff.
There you go. Got to be strategic about it. But especially at the start, like it's nice that you have those indicators, just because, I don't know, it gives you something to like base everything off of. So let's we toss that down, and now, Cormac hosting us. Thanks, man. Okay, so let's go to our units over here, standing right here beside our city center. Where do you think we should send them? Do you have a preferred direction there, Steph?
Ooh, I don't remember which direction would be good. It's been a while since I actually played the scenario myself.
Well, that's
more
good.
than just testing say your words.
We just got to take a couple
of course,
chances.
just looking at what we see now,
Yeah.
and given that this area we are in is really dry and we don't really have much food there,
Right.
Maybe we want to head southeast there because there's a bit of green there. There's probably more food over there.
All right. All right. So let's send them in the direction of the sanctuary then.
Let's go.
There we go. All right. We'll do that. Will there be a beta on Steam? So this is the only thing we have going on currently. The Stadia OpenDev. There was a couple OpenDev scenarios a couple weeks back, maybe like a month and a half ago now, right, Steph? I think.
Oh yeah, it was a couple of months ago, I think.
Yeah, time's a flat circle this year.
I think it was in August, maybe.
Okay.
But yeah, my sense of time has been completely obliterated.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only natural, Time, space, it's all connected according to Einstein, and given that I no longer move through space in the quarantine, I feel like I'm no longer moving through time.
There you go. All right. I already played this twice already. It's so good. Thanks, the cheese table. So which in the classical era, which cultures did you guys choose? Wow, thanks for the follows, everybody. All right. So, yeah, we'll send them in this direction.
Romilan, that's a bigger question with a lot of components, but I can tell you, yeah, there's definitely revolutions. Civil war, I'm not sure if I would necessarily call it civil war, but there can be rebels. Assassinations, probably not, because there's no specific leaders, and the same for elections. Like you're more this abstract personification of the spirit of your people. Something like Germania or Britannia or Mother Russia. Something like that. An idealization your people have created, and not a specific leader.
Yeah. All right. So our last task here, I think, or actually we do have two tasks, is to queue up some research. So I usually, like, right off the bat, I like to queue up the calendar just because we get the Artisans Quarter, and that's pretty groovy. Yes. with the Nubians.
I mean, the luxury resources are always pretty good.
Yeah.
But they're especially good with the Nubians, because if you, I mean, it might not be super readable on stream, but if you turn on the feeds, or you just hover over one of the the luxury resource tiles, you can see just how much money we as the Nubians make from those tiles.
Right. Okay. I'll throw this on the feeds. Yeah. 8 money.
Yeah.
2 industry. Yeah. That's good.
So
that's
nice.
Nice.
That's quite a lot of money, given that right now. Oh, I can't read it on stream, but I'm pretty sure we're in the single digits of income right now.
Yeah.
So 8 more money is a lot.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, let's throw the calendar in here, and then we have some urgent affairs that require attention. So when in doubt, if you don't really know what to do, always look to the bottom right corner of the screen. Usually if there's something that needs to be done before the turn ends, just check back there. There's usually a notification or something that you'll be able to look into. So it all started with Nubia. I didn't read this, so I'll read it. One of the crossroads of civilization, Nubia was a great trading power possessing a potent military weapon, its archers. Now it's your turn to write the next chapter in that glorious history. How will you be remembered? Grow your capital, explore its environs, and settle new lands. Expand and fortify the city, build relationships with your neighbors. The fate of your empire is in your hands. All right. Perfect.
Okay,
all right.
In the meantime, there have been a couple of comments in chat.
Sure.
Zachary Shera saying, oh, they already played twice. The Celts first and the Huns second. And they're already scared of fighting the Huns. Yeah, I would be too, after having played them.
Yeah.
Tenakal asking, is the Digital Deluxe the only pre-order right now, or can you pre-order the Standard Edition? Right now, you can only pre-purchase the Digital Deluxe Edition.
Yeah.
And then, wait, where was the other question? All right, Cobra Samurai asking, what does the merchant archetype provide a civilization? And I guess that is something that you can go into and actually, show the tooltip.
Yeah, for sure. Right over here. Merchant gameplay orientation focused on money and trade. I like me some money, so
Yep.
that's good.
The important this tooltip actually doesn't say it. I think you need to go into the civilization screen to get the full readout.
Oh, sure.
But the or does it? No, it actually does say here. The important part is the resources we have here, like the luxury resources and the strategic resources. You can buy them from other empires, and you can other empires can buy them from you. And as a merchant,
Right.
you're very good at haggling. So you pay only half as much to buy it from others, but when others buy from you, they have to pay you twice as much.
That's great.
And at the same time, furthermore, if you buy from person A, let's say for argument the Joe, and you buy horses from them, and then the Hittites say, "Oh, I really want to use my chariots. I need horses, but I'm at war with the Joe. I can't buy it from them." They can buy it from you, even though you bought the horses from the Joe. And
Frickin'
since you
Joe.
paid half and they pay double, you make that sweet, sweet profit.
Sweet, sweet profit. See you later, Joe. Good doing business with you. Business is business, exactly. Savage_Bob on YouTube. Are you going to record this and upload it to YouTube? This, the VOD will just be on YouTube right after this, so you can just go back and watch it if you missed anything, or there you go. There was also another question over here. Is this on Stadia with controller or keyboard and mouse? This is with keyboard and mouse, but there is controller support. I personally like to play with keyboard and mouse, but it's your call.
Yeah. Admittedly, the controller support is, of course, still work in progress as
Right.
well, since we're not super experienced doing controller support for X games. So all feedback on that is probably valuable. Aquila asking, on some video they saw a space rocket taking off. Some video would be our pre-purchase trailer.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, no, that was not the space program where you saw the rocket taking off. If you look closely at the rocket, you will probably recognize what kind of rocket that was.
Oh.
It's less of a rocket and more of a missile of the cruise variety.
All right. So, shall we ransack this sanctuary here? Can we even? Oh no, we can't yet.
No, we are out of movement. We
Yeah.
can ransack it, or we could, keep it around and hunt the animals for pelts and antlers and stuff for a while to make some money.
All right. Yeah, we could do that. All right. Let's keep it going. We have stuff queued up everywhere, so we'll just get right onto it.
What's the use of luxury resources besides your yields? They always provide stability in your city because, as any game dev, especially the game writers, can tell you, coffee is essential to maintaining the stability of the studio.
It really is.
And they also provide a small FIDS bonus depending on resource. I think, like, for example, coffee will be bonus food, whereas obsidian is bonus industry, and gold, of course, would be bonus money.
All right. Just having a little battle with a deer here. So what you guys just saw was like the deployment phase of battle. So before the battle actually starts, you can kind of place your units behind that sort of blue line that runs through the battlefield. And now we're just gonna fight. See here how I'm on the high ground right here. It's it's a nice little hill.
Yep.
This is gonna be
When you have the high ground, it's over.
Yeah, exactly. Wise words.
How many
Alright.
turns are there in this scenario? About 90. It ends on turn 100, but it starts somewhere around turn 10 because we skip over the Neolithic era.
Yeah. So look at
And
this.
Ian
We
Moore,
gained 10.
that is actually quite correct. That you customize your avatar before the game, the looks and stuff like that, and then over time as you pick different cultures, the outfit your avatar wears will change.
Yeah.
I think there's a post on Reddit where somebody compiled pretty much all of the outfits. So
The outfits are cool.
and I will admit that I have at times picked the next culture entirely based on which one gets me the nicest dress.
1,000,000%. Like whenever I see like the coolest armor or the coolest like cloth or dresses, I'm like, I gotta pick this one. Why not?
And Bastian Rivera's asking about diseases. I believe there are some events regarding diseases that have effects on your cities, but we don't have a disease system in game that's dynamic, so it's all based in the events.
So we got this sort of narrative event over here, the pecking of poultry. The art of divination spreads across the empire. Priests search for messages from the gods in animal entrails, the flights of birds, and the wheeling of the stars in holy decoctions and everywhere and elsewhere. Now, however, the practices have become so commonplace, so bizarre, that the whole empire is sliding towards chaotic superstition. Even the eating patterns of chickens are being interpreted by military commanders. What do you do? What to do? We got embrace, forbid, and reason here.
This is one of those times, I've seen people joking about how our writers like to make people crank out the dictionary.
Yeah.
And this is one where even I had to crack out the dictionary. Because usually I have managed to reading the texts Jeff and Steve produce quite fine because, I do have a degree in English, so I have a decent vocabulary. And
there you go.
Reading fantasy and sci-fi also leads to knowing a lot of unusual words. But decoction, I was like, what's decoction?
Yeah.
This actually means they're reading in the tea leaves after, the decoction is what's left at the bottom of your cup after you're done drinking.
All right.
Like, tea leaves, or in German we call it Kaffeesatzlesen. You read the coffee powder that's left at the bottom of your cup.
The leave behinds.
Yeah.
Okay. So if we embrace...
yes, this is the OpenDev available on Stadia.
Yeah. Embrace gives us celebrating on our city Kerma. Forbid will give fanatical on Kerma for 10 turns, and learning on Kerma if we reason. So learning will give us...
We should also mention, the little icons at the top right of these options are also important.
Oh, right. Yes, so these are the ideology sliders, so it kind of places you on some of the sliders that you see. Can we open this now? We can't show the Civics yet.
No, we can't show it right now. We can't show the Civics tab, but we can show the sliders in theory. But in practice, our ideology seems to be Rogan.
Yes, exactly. So this places you somewhere on the ideology sliders, but you'll see more of that later.
And Arkady and somebody else also asked about it, natural disasters. So far, those are also mostly handled through events. Of course, we may eventually add a dynamic system for natural disasters or diseases or something like that. But so far, we're keeping it to the events and focusing on the core systems of the game to get those right.
Okay.
Come over here.
So we actually just earned another bunch of units over here. Do you know why that is, Steph?
We probably found some volunteers or survivors in one of the curiosities.
Right. Okay. Perfect. So maybe we...
Malu, no, there's no commander units. There, we are thinking, but we're not sure yet whether or not we will use that system, about a number of generals, but that was just an abstract number that represented how many armies you can efficiently command without, having to pay insane upkeep to maintain the supply and communication lines.
Yep. All right. So, calendar research. That's good. Maybe let's queue something else up. We don't have any horses around yet. But I don't know. It looks like maybe we can settle in this region here, Steph, and maybe take advantage of some of those trees that we have over there.
Yeah, possibly.
So let's do carpentry for now. And then let's see what we've got here. I usually like to, over here in the bottom right-hand corner, you can enable the FIDS, or FIMS. FIMS.
FIMS.
I have to...
Yes, it is not dust.
Yes. I usually like to throw that on just so I can kind of like look around for where the best place to throw an outpost down. So I'll grab one of these guys here. Oh, but we don't have enough...
Tinakal asking the really the big questions. What's your favorite or the biggest change in the game since the first OpenDev scenario? Well, I will not talk about the biggest change, certainly, because I don't have enough experience with programming to know how much work they were to implement.
Yeah.
But the favorite change in our build, I'm not sure how well it is working in the Stadia build yet, but we're definitely working on improving the flow of combat, so you no longer need to wait as long to give the next order, and that just improves the feeling of the combat so much.
Yeah. I think that's mine as well. I'm really looking forward to that because I know we got a lot of comments just about that side of things from the first OpenDev. And that's kind of what we were looking for as well. We were looking for ways that we can improve that, and we just wanted to know what you guys were thinking. So I think that's going to be cool. Really cool. All right, so I guess we'll just
Logan
chill
is
here.
pointing out where the unit came from. You'd actually queued it and we'd forgotten about it. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why you should never take us as examples of how to play well. We can tell you
Right.
how the interface works,
Yeah.
how the game mechanics work, but we're not good at using them because we get distracted.
Exactly. All right. Well, cool. We have another unit now. Do we want to send them this way, Steph, or what do you think? Maybe open up a couple.
I think let's just head in like precisely the other direction, so to speak.
Than the other units.
Yep. Just head a bit northwest and see what's there.
Yeah. All right. We'll go this way.
Civilizations will have special units. Yes, Abraxas. Every culture has one emblematic unit. That's actually another reason why we should be researching carpentry, because as far as I recall, it gives us access to the Tasseti archer, which is our own emblematic unit.
Very nice. This is not, though. We have found some independent people over here, and it seems like they're a little aggressive.
Well, that's of course not nice.
Do you think there's any way that we can win this with this one?
What's the battlefield look like? Let me take a look.
Okay, I'll zoom out a little bit for you.
Yeah, no, we can't possibly actually win this, I think. Or at least, survive this, because we can take a high ground where only one of them can attack us, I think.
Okay. Would you take this high ground kind of like in the back right here?
Yeah, pretty much the one you were hovering over right now, between the mountains there.
Right.
So that they can come from only one direction at us.
Between the mountains.
Over on the right.
Oh, okay. With the 4 industry on top of it? Or the 2?
The 2. Because that one, as far as I can see, is a little higher than the other one. So we have the high ground bonus, and they can attack from only one direction.
Oh, okay. Ah, right. Yes, you're right. Okay. Great.
And it's in our deployment zone, so we can go there. And
Yeah.
now, like, worst case, they take our flag, and we run away, but we don't take damage.
There you go. So. All right. Ah, these guys are a little bit damaged already. Nice try. Nice try,
Can you heal
guys.
units during combat? No, you can't. Also, I saw the question earlier about multiplayer, and all we can say so far is, yeah, there will be multiplayer, and no, there will not be hot seat, because a lot of people ask about that as well.
Dr. Durat, what's up? All right. Let's keep it going. Oh, just a sliver. Oh, well, there you go. All right. These guys are superheroes.
Yeah,
Nice.
this is. I mean, the enemies also had only scouts, I believe, but it's
Yeah.
still, we barely took any damage and won, so that feels good.
That's the thing about the high ground, or like terrain in general in the game. It really, really matters in these battles. Veteran
And
seat.
also, people have been asking about mod support. Yes, we want to support mods, but we cannot go into details about the extent to which we can support mods yet. Well, Roy, have a nice evening.
Yeah, have a good one. And if anybody wants to watch this after, the VOD will be up on our YouTube channel. So if you got a header, you got to leave. That's fine. You can come back to it. All right, cool. So we'll keep this going. Good job, guys. Pats on the back all around.
Okay.
All right, we'll keep it going over this way. Kerma, our Maker's Quarter is almost done, so maybe we throw down something else. I usually like to maybe throw down a Farmer's Quarter. I mean, we have one up here that's +4, but it goes -2.
Well, this is one
Industry?
of the reasons why I said we'll want to grab this green area to our southeast. Because, then we can connect it, and the new area can provide the food for our capital.
All right, and then this will be for the industry and the that sweet cash money.
Logan asking, how do you heal your units outside of your territory? You don't. That's, one of the conceits here to make it a little easier on the defender, so that you don't get completely steamrolled if a strong civilization declares war on you.
Yeah.
Because while it may be realistic that the strong civilization steamrolls a weak civilization, it's not fun for the weak civilization.
Right.
And it's also not super fun for the strong civilization if there's no resistance. Like, I think, we've all played strategy games where, we manage to get so far ahead that everything is just no effort, and we send in our army and win instantly, and just gets boring.
Yeah. Okay, so we can place this this new outpost kind of somewhere over here in the southern portion of this this territory, just because this has like a nice bit of food over here. And the nice thing is when you hover over, you get a preview of what you're gonna get. So maybe we go for the 14 food, 4 industry, and 5 science. I think that looks pretty
Yeah, I
good.
definitely place it near the science, because we don't have anything except city centers and outposts that can exploit science right now. We
Right.
haven't researched the research quota yet.
All right, so
And
we'll throw that down for now.
Sesk or Kesk, I'm not sure how to parse the C's in your name on YouTube. Yes, we noticed today that there's a small mistake in the settings for Stadia, like the default settings. By default, the beginner tutorial is turned off, so you should check the settings and go to gameplay, and under tutorial set it from advanced to beginner. Then you'll get a lot
By
more tips
building an
on
outpost,
how
claiming
to
territory is this
use
easy.
the interface of the
The
game,
trick, of course,
the
is
basics of
keeping
how
it.
to build stuff, how to expand your city, how to claim territory, etc.
Yeah.
And also we're working on some videos to help onboarding.
All right. Okay, let's keep it. Oh. All right. We found the Gunung Mulu. I'm so sorry if I'm butchering that.
Which language is that even? I'm not sure where this place is in the real world, because
Yeah.
frankly, Humankind was the first time I heard that name.
Over this way.
Yeah, I haven't heard of it either, but it's really cool. That was just a natural wonder, everybody, so we kind of found it
It is just a natural wonder.
just.
It's
only
nothing
just.
special, just a wonder of nature.
Exactly. So we're probably going to want to claim this territory, yeah, Steph?
Yeah, we might want to do so, but we will also notice there's a tiny sliver of a purple border up there in the north.
Oh. Uh-oh. All right. So, yeah, it looks like we do.
Malaysia. Oh, okay.
Okay, nice.
I mean, I knew it was somewhere in the general vicinity of the Asian continent, but I still have no idea how to pronounce it.
All right.
The Joe will steal it first. Yeah, probably.
All right. Okay, so this outpost is done next turn. That's cool. But we can queue up a little bit more science.
Skyder asking, during OpenDev, my cultural and religious influence loss, is there a way to get those back? Yes, you need to increase the influence / faith, depending on which one you want to get back, output of your regions.
Yeah.
Though with culture, of course, you may want to get it back, but you may also say, actually, these neighbors who are culturally influencing me, they've invented more technologies than I, and their cultural influence is bringing these technologies to me. And you sometimes get these little events where it says, hey, your neighbors have invented the wheel, and you can pay a little bit of gold to immediately unlock the wheel. And then you might say, maybe I don't want to push their culture back, because they're bringing me sweet new technologies. And with the faith, similarly, you might say, oh, I've lost, my religion has been pushed out of my territory, but actually this other religion has some quite appealing bonuses. And then you can just say, yeah, we're changing state religion, I'm accepting, our people believe in this new religion, so now our rulers believe in this religion as well, and then you can reap the benefits.
All right. So here,
will Humankind end in the modern era or play into futuristic? We're ending in the modern era, basically, around 2020.
Okay. Oh, we got warriors just right off the bat, so that's good. What do you like to research at this point, there, Steph? I know we don't have horses just yet, but it looks like this territory has some horses just kind of chilling. Bronze working is also quite good for...
We do have some bronze in our home territory.
We do.
And in the new territory we claimed, so that's definitely worth considering.
That's good.
Two deposits of bronze is very good, and especially since, if we get on friendly terms with the neighbors, they might want to buy it. That gives us some sweet, sweet money.
Very nice. And we do have that purple little smidge over here. Oh! Looks like we got a bear over here. You know what?
Yes, Coyote, we definitely want to improve our food, but part of how we're improving it is going to be attaching the other territory.
All right, we're taking the bear on.
Ooh, bold.
Very bold.
Is it one bear or two?
It's two bears.
Oh no.
All right, let's confirm battle. So I'm guessing we'll try and take this high ground here, or we could go into the back right over here. So that they can kind of only attack us from
the low ground.
The lower ground.
That might be a good idea, because there's 3 ways to get down from the hill.
Right.
So they cannot block us on top of the hill. So we will be able to bring our reserves to bear on them. The unintentional pun.
Very nice. 2 bears, exactly, Scholastico. All right, cool. This looks good. And deployment. Bears are pretty strong, everybody. So hopefully this works out. We'll see.
Well, Troy, I said bronze deposit, but yes, of course the deposit is copper, and we're turning it into bronze by researching it. But
Okay.
I misspoke there because of course you would prefer to equip your army with bronze equipment, not copper equipment, because bronze is so much sturdier. But yes, the deposit itself is copper, not bronze.
Right.
You're quite right in calling me out for that. And Charion, the happiness mechanic is now called stability, and it is somewhat similar, but also tweaked compared to our previous games.
All right. So again, everybody, the high ground's the way to go for some of these encounters. We were lucky enough to have this kind of little ridge over here, so that they had no choice but to attack us from the low ground. But you don't always get so lucky, let me tell you. All right. Okay. Cool. So we'll kind of chill out over here. This is good. Where's our other army? Cool. So, do you suggest we go try and talk to these guys over here?
I think maybe we want to grab the Gunumulu before we talk to them, because if we grab it when they don't know us yet,
there you go.
maybe they will not get mad.
Okay. All right, we'll try and wait for this. So, how much is this one gonna cost? 50 over here. Okay, we gotta wait a little bit.
Yeah, that's going to take a bit.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
On the other hand, grabbing that will give us a lot more influence to expand with.
Right. Cool. So that sound you're hearing there is us getting some era stars. So if you click in the top left corner, you can kind of see your progress with some of these. What we got is we got the first star for obtain 7 technologies. That must have been 4. And then have 12 population. Our current value is 7, so it must have been 7. So that's pretty good. So you can kind of track your progress over here. All right, another narrative event. The flooded lands, baby.
YouTube chat already demanding that we need modern era Australians and emus for the Great Emu War.
Right.
We do have an
Mounted units.
Australian designer. I'm not sure he's emotionally ready to tackle this topic.
Yeah, exactly. We need a mounted unit that rides an emu. That would be pretty sweet. And frickin' super scary as well, if you're on the other side of it. Okay, the flooded lands, another event here in Kerma. An unrelenting deluge of rainfall lashes down upon the great city of Kerma and the surrounding lands. If the rains don't stop soon, the banks of the great river that threads through the city will burst, flooding the adjacent quarters. With limited time and resources, the choices are stark. What do you do? Chat, you know what? Twitch and YouTube, I'm going to leave this one up to you. What should we do? Gamble, adapt, and protect. So let's see. Gamble, chance to trigger terrible consequences. All right. That is a gamble, definitely. Adapt, we have to pay 60 money.
I think YouTube chat is already pretty unanimous. Gamble, 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 gamble.
All right.
In the meantime, Xeno Amigo, you can domesticate animals only insofar as is usual for 4X games. Like horses, yes, and then that's it. No domesticating specific animals. They're just modifiers on the tiles.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we have a couple different choices with this outpost that we have over here to the right of our city, or the southeast of our city.
Quick remark, because Twitch chat is saying, oh, I don't think we could protect because we don't have the money. You can.
Yeah.
You just go into debt, and then everything else where you can spend money tells you, yo, dude, you're in the red. You can't do this.
Right, exactly. I've found myself in the red every once in a while. It's not a good feeling in the game.
Yeah. I mean, it's an even worse feeling in real life.
In
but
IRL, yeah, exactly. Okay, cool. So we have two options with this city. Obviously, we don't have the influence to be able to attach it just yet. But if you do click on the city that you'd like to attach this region to, you do get the option to attach right over here, which I'm guessing is kind of what we want to do.
yeah, exactly. Because
But
then that food there around this little camp will
right,
feed our capital. What's it called again? Kerma?
Kerma, yeah. Yeah, exactly. But if you do want to make this into like just another city, you do have that option over here, city creation. You can also move the outposts that you originally threw down, and you can place some artisans' quarters to reap some of the benefits of these the various resources that are in that region. But we'll wait to attach it. And we'll queue up a little bit more science. So let's go with fishing. We don't have any adjacent bodies of water right now. We got a couple rivers, but
I mean, fishing does give us one infrastructure that provides bonus food on rivers.
the fishery,
Yeah.
that's pretty
But
cool.
it might still not be the most urgent option here.
Yeah. I like to go writing pretty often just because we get the market quarter, and that's pretty good for us. What do you think? Or we have irrigation over here, which is, again, on river as well.
I think we're good on food when we attach the fertile area we have there.
Yeah, totally. And a civics point. That's right, Hex.
Yeah, I think riding might be good.
Yeah. Okay, so let's queue that up. That's pretty good.
And Skyder asking what are the drawbacks of expanding too fast? Generally, stability problems.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a massive empire, it needs to be controlled, and that can be difficult. Just watch for bloodthirsty bands of roving independent people. Yes, yes, they can be.
So we'll stay here. Let's keep it going. Nice. Okay. So, ooh, are these some more aggressive independent peoples? Let's hope not. Okay, cool. So these guys will hang out here. Thanks for the follow, Nelfine. And thanks for the host, Marta. Okay, so let's attach Nubians to Kerma.
Yeah.
Well,
Though
I mean, it's just
I'd
that-
say Nubians is not the name of the camp. It's just the name
yeah,
of us.
Okay, let's attach it.
I'd
Perfect.
hope the Nubians are already attached to Kerma, because if they don't, and they don't care about our beautiful capital, what are we even doing?
Yeah, exactly. Greetings from Argentina. Nice. Welcome. Welcome, welcome.
Yeah. I guess Argentina is among the countries who unfortunately cannot access the Stadia demo. Well, the Stadia OpenDev, I should say.
Right. Okay, cool. So after this, I guess. Oh man, getting some notifications. Thanks for following, guys. So over here, we're getting +9 influence per turn over here, so we'll keep waiting, I guess.
Yeah, but you know that those roving bands of bloodthirsty independent peoples?
Yep.
There's a band of independent people right next to us. You should take a closer look and check.
Oh.
Do they have the lightning bolt?
Nope. I don't.
Okay,
Wait, do
then we're safe. If they have the peace sign, then we're
Yeah.
safe. They will not attack us. If they had the lightning bolt, we would need to run because they would attack our scouts next turn.
Right. But it also looks like they took this region. So.
Well, not quite yet. I think we can take it because that's not a city yet.
Right. So it's coming up as an outpost right now.
It might become a city,
All right.
but I think we may still be able to grab it from them while, Against other empires, you can't grab it if they have an outpost. But I
Right.
think against independent people you can. But I'm not 100% sure on that. We should check it. And if not, we may need to persuade them that this is our territory.
Sorry, check what? What were you saying there? Check the... oh, let's make sure...
Yeah,
these
we,
buttons-
we still need to wait for the influence we need.
Oh, okay. All right. So we'll hang out here. Do you suggest we explore a little bit around, or should we just kind of...
Yeah, we should maybe look a little bit over here to the east, up on the plateau.
Yeah. All right, let's get up there. Let's go for a hike.
A couple more questions from YouTube chat. What's the benefit of many small cities versus a couple of big ones? Generally,
So
the
these are
big
the
ones
zoo?
build
Luck,
things quicker,
they'll prefer
but the
thinking and meditating
many small ones
to unleashing
grow
their
more
chariots.
population more quickly. Will air forces be in the game? Yes, of course, but we can't talk about how they work yet. And then some greetings from Malaysia and from Russia. Game's looking really good so far. Thank you.
Thanks.
Can we talk about late game abilities? So far, no. The Joe symbol looks cheap. Well, that's probably because it's a placeholder, and it will probably actually not be in the final game. Because where you see the Joe symbol now, or where you see this, I guess it's a stylized sunrise for the Nubians.
Yeah.
That's actually where you can customize it. That is what the Celtic symbols in the pre-order bonus are for. Then you can pick which symbol is there.
Yeah. It's cool. Greetings from Brazil. Hello from Malta. Welcome, guys. Welcome. So this is the diplomacy screen.
What's the music? The soundtrack of the game? Well, I'd assume so.
Yeah. You're at peace. We can propose alliance, surprise war. We can trade over here on the trade
I'd
tab.
say let's go to treaties.
Yeah,
And
All
immediately
right.
say, since, we want to make trade, not war.
of course.
So let's propose a non-aggression pact.
Non-aggression
Overall.
pact. Let's propose. Let's see. Counter proposition. You've proposed something. Oh, okay. Understand. All right. Oh, we received the non-aggression pact. Accept treaty.
Oh,
Refuse.
so they send... No, I think... Yeah, if you check at the top. We proposed it.
Oh,
Then they said, okay, but only if you give us 100 money.
right. All right. How much
How
do
much
we
money
have?
do we have? Oh, wait, we can't see it in the screen. You need to close it. Or, wait, actually, your money up at the top left. I can't read it on Twitch, though. 100 something, I believe.
Yeah, it's 118 right now, plus 21 per turn.
I think it's worthwhile for getting, good relations with them and not worrying about them suddenly attacking us.
Right. Oh yeah, it is. It is right here. Thanks, chat. Yeah, I think it's worth it as well. Let's make some friends over here. Accept.
Pleased to accept your proposal, friend.
Imor asking, are all the symbols available at character customization?
to enjoy
I don't think there will be restrictions right now, but as I say, all the symbols that we're using at the moment, these placeholders, they might not make it to the final game, because as you saw for the Zhao, it's just a modern character of... Oh god, is it Mandarin? A Mandarin character? I don't know, because I don't read these scripts, unfortunately. Well, I think for the Huns, it's just a horse head, so many of them might not make it into the game as an option.
Okay. Same kind of thing is happening here.
I mean, in the end, of course, Ian, if you've seen some symbols during the OpenDev scenarios and in our videos and everything that you really like and that don't make it in a release, you can always go to our forum Games Together and say, hey, actually, you used to have this wonderful symbol, could you put it in? And then we can see it and I can reconsider it if enough people want it.
Yeah. Okay, we have another battle going on here with some independent people. They got the lightning bolt right over here. The lightning bolt we're referring to is kind of on their symbol here.
They're very aggressive.
Yeah. So I think we can confirm this battle, and maybe we stay at the same spot where the bears, where we were fighting the bears. The thing here is, I guess they could take our flag, but that just means the battle is nobody gets hurt. Hopefully.
Well, I guess we would swap the more healthy one to the front.
Right.
And
Let's do
for the
that.
people in YouTube chat asking and talking about whether units will speak their own language, unfortunately, no. For the simple reason that, for many classical and ancient languages, it would be really hard to find voice actors, and even more so, for some of them, it is impossible because we don't even know their language. Like for the Olmec, we pretty much can't read the alphabet as far as I know, and for the Harapan we know even less. But as far as I recall, there will be an option to turn off the voice bites of the units. If you personally think, I don't want my units to speak English if I'm playing as the Olmec or the ancient Romans, etc., then you can just turn it off, and I think then it's only some grunts.
All right.
And I've also seen the people asking about the expansionist affinity, how that works. And I think with that, it's probably best if we say, we'll look into that later. We'll have to just pick an expansionist culture when we enter the next era so we can show it off.
Yeah. Okay, so...
the languages Joe speak is a frontier research topic. Yeah, this is kind of the problem, that, many of these ancient languages, we don't know that much about it, so... Yeah, we have the English voice bites now, but as I say, as far as I know, you can turn them off.
All right. Wait, what? Guy died there? Okay.
Seems the current road leads to Rome, then. Could be Persia. There are also expansionists, because they're based on the... I'm probably going to butcher this one. Achaemenid Empire.
Oh. Right.
The one that fought the Greeks.
Skyder, that's cool. Sorry for asking so much. Hey, that's what this stream is for. Ask all the questions you guys want. We won't necessarily be able to answer all of them, but we can try. Okay, let's confirm this battle. We'll do the same thing. They just keep fighting us.
No, please don't take this as, a critique, because I'm part of this, but we're cheesing these battles so hard.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Again, the question in YouTube chat, will there be air units? Yes, but we can't talk about them yet.
Cheese or strategy? That's what I like to say, Hexed. Great, great call.
Hey, we're a French studio. There's no way around the cheese.
All right. All right.
How does Amplitude always manage to have such divine tier UI design? A lot of work. Trust me, the UI team is hard at work to make everything, good UI, and also not just the UI team, but there's also, of course, the UX, the
Yes.
user experience, how things flow, what it feels to play, etc.
Okay. Lucky. Fortune favors you. Thanks, chat. You guys, this is all on you all. Fortune favors you. The skies above Kerma grew darker and darker, and the deluge like a sea being tipped upon a city. But then suddenly the clouds parted, and the rains relented. Oh man. Days of sunshine followed, and the threat of floods are no more. Hey.
It is indeed lucky. I did once get the negative version of this one.
Yeah.
And it can get pretty bad. Will there be naval warfare? Yes, of course. Unfortunately, we didn't exactly start next to the coast, so we can't show off the boats yet.
Yeah.
If we find the coastline, maybe we'll build some.
Right. Okay.
And somebody else asking in the final game, can you slow down the game? So far as I know, yes, there will be speed options. And how many empires will there be? Well, that depends on what you set when you start the game. Of course, at least 2, and it's up to, oh, I don't remember. It's either 8 or 10.
Yeah. This is our Rogan what cheese technology. We got hard cheeses and soft cheeses. Whatever you like. Empire Foundation. Okay,
How
so
do
we
your
got some
team
civics.
feel like the Erastos are too easy to earn sometimes? Well, that is, one of the very tricky questions. Sometimes we're like, oh no, this one's way too easy
Why
to
was
earn. Then
this
we tweak it,
even a
and then,
question?
oh, now it's
Let's
much too
keep it
hard to
simple.
earn. Or then,
We've been
oh, now
here.
it's just
It's
right.
our
And then
place.
we improve something else in the game, and suddenly, oh, now it's too easy again. So this is a constant back and forth tweaking.
What's that? Yeah. Yeah. See you later. All right. Soft cheat. Nice, Zeno. All right. So let's. Where were we here? Oh, we were just kind of
What's the
searching
smelliest
around
cheese in the game?
here.
Probably whatever strategy Spiff comes up to break it.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Let's go over here, grab that, and then we'll come back and try and take this independent people's outpost. Okay, and then over here. Oh, I guess we can claim this territory. What do you think, Steph? Do we want to claim any of these territories? Grab some horses,
I mean,
or
we
should
should check if we have a chance of grabbing that territory where the Nook settled, because having Gunungulu, that natural wonder, will be very good for us because it gives
Yeah.
us 10 influence.
Right. Okay, let's head
Believe-
over there now.
Or was it? No, maybe it was 5 influence and 10 stability.
Right.
I don't remember the exact numbers, but
Yeah.
in any case, it's good because it gives money, it gives stability, and as far as I know, influence.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, cool. So this artisan's quarter is just about done. Well, maybe what do we want to throw? I already queued up some Moreau pyramids, so they're kind of sitting pretty over there. Maybe let's see what we can do with some industry. Right here, on this tile here, we can get 12 industry and no penalties. So that's pretty good. Get your copper. Yeah, that's true.
Yes, we should definitely get the copper.
There we
And
go.
more questions here. Can you artificially cap when the game ends? That is also, one of those big discussions, but so far I don't think we have anything planned. And somebody saying, I'm not familiar with this game, but if you start a certain countries like in
careful.
Civilization,
Now that
would you have
records will
bonuses
be
if you
kept,
start as the French?
posterity
Oh, that's
will
the
know
thing.
what
You
you
can't
said
start as the
and
French
did.
because the French did not exist in the ancient times. Because in
There you go.
Humankind, unlike many other 4X games, you don't play one faction throughout the whole game. You start
Now,
as
things that one
a blank
generation
slate,
learned can be
so to
passed to
speak,
the next
as a
via
Neolithic
something
tribes
more
still
reliable
wandering
than
around,
campfire stories.
hunting animals, gathering berries, stuff like that. And then when you enter the ancient era, you pick your first culture, Nubians for us in this case.
Nubians.
And then when you enter the classical era, you pick your next culture. For example, the Romans, or the Celts, or the Huns, or the Maya.
All right.
And also some people asking about the territories. Yes, they are predetermined, like in Enzo's Legend. Yes, it is technically one city per region, but unlike Enzo's Legend, you can take multiple regions and combine them into one territory, so that you have, you can make bigger and bigger cities. The borders are not as hard as they were in Endless Legend. You can say, yeah, this border, I don't like this. I will mash these 2 cities together into one big city.
Right. I'm gonna grab some irrigation. Oh, will you accept this offer? Trade
mutual
everything.
I must think, though I
They're
am
asking.
And
inclined
let's
to
see,
say
Alright.
yes.
Skyder asking, do extensions cause loss of stability? Oh, this is, still also something we're experimenting with, tweaking the economy. It is, as the people of Paradox Interactive like to say, not final numbers are not final. So, everything you see here might still be changed and tweaked. to make it more interesting and more balanced. How many combinations are there? It was technically, if you always pick a new culture, it's 1 million. But you can also keep the culture you already have, and I don't remember the exact number. Somebody
again,
did the math on our
you
Discord
show
a while
how
ago, and then it's somewhere like
I see.
1.6 million
This
actually.
requires some consideration on my part.
All right.
Any info on the scope of the map? I think this map is still one of our smaller ones. Ask
All
for your
right.
gold back. You
I
can't
did.
just ask for gold, but
I did counter them,
you did counter pros, and they declined, I think.
and it looks
Because-
like they just said nah. they didn't need our stuff that bad. Okay, cool. So great. Okay, our folks up here.
Britannia will make
heading
it
down.
10 times 11 to the power of 5. Yes, exactly, but I don't remember the number off the top of my head.
Okay. Urgent affairs. Fate of
Can
the
you
free
pre-pick
cities.
culture so AI doesn't steal it? No, it's strictly first come, first serve. So if you delay too long, the AI might snatch it.
Okay, fate of the free cities. Great. That's a new civic. And we do have a civics point. So independent peoples, assimilated peoples, or mercenary armies. This one modifies higher army cost by minus 20%. Modify assimilate cost by 20%. We do have this one, but we can also make a choice for legitimacy right here. What style of laws does the empire use? We have customary laws and we have codified laws. Customary laws applies celebrating on new cities, and then this is all about attaching outposts and modify twinning citadel. Steph, twinning citadel, what's that?
A twinning citadel is the city version of attaching, basically. It's when
Right.
you have two places that are already cities, and then you can combine them into one big city.
Okay.
But that's
cool.
something for later. We need to
Yeah.
research the technology for that first.
Right. So maybe we do the independent peoples one. What do you think? Assimilate or higher costs? But as you can see over here, chat, the decisions you make here affect these sliders on either side over here. This one affects the second one down, and it gives you 15% food on settlement and plus 5% stability. Whereas if you choose this one, it'll come kind of average it out a little bit more. So if you go more to the right side, I guess it's more food bonus and less stability, and then the opposite on the other side.
Yeah, it's basically at the extremes. One bonus reaches its maximum and the other disappears, and then you have these two wedges, so to speak, and in the middle they're kind of balanced.
Yeah.
Balanced, of course, doesn't necessarily mean it's the same numbers, but
Yeah.
should be the same magnitude of effect.
Game Valor says assimilate. What do you think, Steph? Assimilate? We get more balanced food stability and settlement.
I'm undecided on this, actually. I mean, we don't necessarily need to spend this right now. We could also say we're saving our point in case another civic comes up that interests us.
That's actually a good idea. I already chose the Founding Myths one for the +5 influence. I usually like to go for the influence. And I guess we'll see more about what faith is all about pretty soon.
Yes. And to get to some of the questions in chat, okay. Jenakal, about the natural wonders, I actually don't know if we will have different effects or they will all have the same effect.
Greetings to the
Then
new
Adriel
viewers.
Camilo asking,
Now
is
there's
wide
some good
play
fortune.
possible? Yes, you can definitely
A
play a
neighbor
very
who may
wide
be
game
more
with a lot of
interested in
cities, but some of
commerce
those
than
might be unadministered and then they grow a bit slower, but you still have more cities. Does money have a history in game? Like you trade tools first and then something else? No, money is very abstract. It's just, money as in purchasing power, so to speak.
So we've got
do you guys have a
118
plan for a
monies.
day-night cycle? Not at the moment, but it's of course, something that we maybe could later consider for cosmetic reasons only, not for gameplay. But I think Civ also has that where you can set the time of day that your city's the map shows that. And then I think there was something else in Twitch chat. Let me see.
What do you think we should do here, Steph, with Knock? Should we get our larger sort of scout troop to come over here, or shall we just...
Can we claim this territory with them already having the outpost?
I guess we have to be in it, right? Can I not a valve?
No, you need
okay,
to we don't have movement points, that's why we can't.
That's why. So we'll just end this turn, and we'll check it out.
Can you
Oh,
play the Burgundians, Normans, or Gauls? Well, you can play the Celts, which includes the Gauls in the classical era, and the Normans. We don't have the Normans. Oh, they turned into a city just before.
I know. I was just gonna say. Of course, always happens that way.
We don't have Normans, but we have the English, which are just past Norman conquest England. So it's the time after William the Conqueror had conquered England and started building castles everywhere to control his new lands. When you play, do you like to roleplay your Civ or choose whatever is best in your current game? Usually a balance, leaning on roleplaying, because I do need to do some optimizations so I don't get curb stomped.
For the streams, I really like to do the roleplay. It's fun. It's really fun.
Yeah, for the streams, definitely the roleplay. But personally, just playing by myself, I also heavily lean on the roleplay. But there's still that element of, a bit of optimization because you don't want to fall too far behind.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Nice
How long
excuse,
does multiplayer game last? I can't say that yet because we haven't been extensively testing multiplayer yet. Can you raise independent people's cities in order to form an outpost rather than adding a new city? I've never tried, actually. I think you might be able to ransack them.
So it looks like we have another narrative event. The Darkest Depths. Miners and prospective miners and their kin from Kerma are afraid. Ancient traditions are strong, and many believe the mythical beasts of the old legends are very real. Now rumors are rife that it was no ordinary bear that attacked the regiment, but a monstrous creature whose den is the city's nearby mine. Whoa. Many are likely to down tools without action. How should we respond to the rumors? Dismiss, investigate, or embrace? Forced labor on Kerma if we dismiss it, which is plus 14 industry, but people aren't happy about it. Neither would I. Investigate. I guess we look into it and makes people happy. And embrace. Patriotic on Kerma for 10 turns, which is modify the land unit by minus 20% and naval unit. I don't know if we need that, but could have unexpected consequences for both of these.
Extra Yuri saying he tried embrace.
Yeah.
And it didn't end well.
I embraced and it's ended poorly.
And
Fair.
To answer, somebody in chat said they thought goals were a separate option. No, the goals are not a separate option, but the I guess the art we have for the Celts has some distinct Gallic elements.
All right.
Wait, there was one more question. Will there be seasons? No, we don't have plans for seasons because the scope of the game is 10,000 years. Seasons don't quite fit into that time scale.
Yeah. So what do you think of these guys going for knock here? We don't have enough actually, so maybe we get our larger.
Yeah, we should. You should get our group over here and take care of the knock and convince them.
Take care of business.
This is our land.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. And then bunch of
Any
artisans.
plans for spending accumulated faith? No, faith is not meant to be a currency in Humankind. And is this civilization by amplitude? Well, the comparison is inevitable, but yeah, it's our take on historical 4X games. I wouldn't necessarily say it's civilization by amplitude because, that's like saying, oh, every first-person shooter is Doom by insert company name.
That's true. That's a good way to put it.
Hey, Toyota, actually no, the faith is not used for the tenets. The tenets are unlocked by the number of followers. So you could also get new tenets by just having extremely fast population growth.
Yeah. Okay. What are these guys up to? Ooh. Okay. So these guys they're gonna have the high ground. Here it looks like. But maybe we can set up in the back. Here. We can't attack from this cliff. Right over here. So maybe.
I mean, that one cliff we have over there on the left, that might be a good position because, you know, they can only attack us from the low ground when we stand over there.
Right. All right. Let's confirm
No,
this
wait,
battle.
actually, we have a couple of units here, right?
Yeah, we have
This
3
is
units.
our big army. Oh, we shouldn't have a problem with this at all.
Yeah. All right.
We can just set up on the high ground because they attacked us, right? So they get the first turn.
Yeah.
So we'll stand on the high ground, and then when they've moved, then we'll go on the offense.
In the back here, you mean?
Yeah, I think like over on the right and left on the little pieces of high ground.
Yeah. All right. That's cool. Sounds good. Great.
Skyder, there's no way to track your your total faith output because faith is on a per territory basis. It spreads your religion, but it's not accumulated and spent.
All right. And round. Come on, guys.
Skyder, also build the Nubian archers. Yes, we definitely should build some Nubian archers. Good, watch the prequels. Yes, we did. We know. We have the high ground. Oh wow, that position there is going to be bad business for them. We could have flanked them from the high ground on the other side.
Oh yeah. Okay, let's head over. Okay.
Oh right, Rogan, we never turned off the FIDSI display.
Ah, there we go. Yeah. Sorry, everybody.
Yeah, we wanted to turn that on briefly to show something, and we forgot to turn it off again. So sorry everybody. We know it kind of wreaks havoc on stream encoding.
Yeah. All right. So what do we want to throw down here now? I got an artisan quarter going. We could queue up some of these guys right here. Improvements, right? What are the square ones? The verbiage.
Infrastructures.
Infrastructures and quarters. So quarters are the hexagons. Infrastructures are the squares here. So these
but
are.
we should definitely get at least one City archer, so we can show off our emblematic unit.
All right. So let's do that, and then maybe we do. What else do we have here?
Can I
we'll
delete
get
the
the
building? Miguel, when you say can I delete a building, do you mean one of the quarters that you place on the map? Or do you mean one of the infrastructures here that have the square icons? You can buy out the archer for 110 gold. Huh? That's a good point, Skyder. You could just rush it along.
Yep.
The infrastructures. No, Miguel, you cannot remove the infrastructures, but that should also not be a problem because they don't have upkeep. There's no downside to having an infrastructure.
Okay. Go with masonry. Okay.
If you capture another Civ city, do you keep all the unique districts? Yes. Does Humankind have controller support? Well, on Stadia it definitely does, but you know it's still a work in progress. We've already received quite a lot of feedback since the Stadia OpenDev started.
Good guy Palps played for a few hours last night. Loved it, and the previous OpenDev. Nice. Can't wait to finish where. Oh, that's the struggle when you're at work and you're playing a game that you love. You're like, get me out of here. I just want to go play some like Obra Dinn or something like that, you know?
It's I guess it's even worse now with the remote work because you're no longer even get me out of here.
Yeah.
You know, it's like when you were in school, you'd stare at the clock.
Yep. Yep, exactly. Does Humankind have controller support? The Stadia version does. Obviously, it's a work in progress. But yeah, it does. You could. We're using mouse and keyboard right now. Kemnesiac. Did somebody say Obra Dinn? You bet, man. You betcha.
Will there be speculative future cultures? No.
Land of the Dead. For hundreds of years, the dead of Kerma have been laid to rest in burial sites within the close.
We got in YouTube check Unity with a check mark. So is that the official Unity channel?
Unity. Welcome.
Well, welcome. I still need to watch the video we did with the spotlight.
Yes.
With one of our programmers.
Yes, we did. Welcome, Unity. Good to have you. We couldn't do this without you. So that's
the
awesome.
penalties for expanding too quick. Generally, as mentioned before, it gets harder to maintain stability if you expand too much.
Yeah.
Will Humankind be translated to Brazilian Portuguese? I believe Brazilian Portuguese is one of the languages we are planning, but I'm not 100% sure on that because, I'm not directly involved in the localization, so I'm not constantly thinking about that.
Okay, so between these two, bury or cremate, I mean, I'm sure you kind of get the gist of what they're saying here. Forced labor or quartermastered. Quartermastered is plus 10 food for 10 turns, modify land unit production costs, air unit, and naval unit by 20%. I mean, maybe we go forced labor. I don't think we're struggling that much for stability. Let's see. We're at 87. Pretty good.
And
people are generally pretty happy.
Yeah. And to answer YouTube chat, Andros is right. When you're on the offense and you don't manage to defeat all enemy units and they still control their flag, your units retreat. Yeah, the logic behind that is, of course, this is on the scale we're talking here. You just mounted a major offensive and you didn't manage to break through and either, crush the enemy army or get behind them and take the camp of their general. We're still working on making that a little bit clearer because right now the tiny flag we have doesn't really communicate that you're cutting off their supply line.
It is interesting.
So you're retreating because your offense got stalled, so you're falling back to renew your forces. Yeah, you just retreat. You don't lose all the units. You just fall back for full movement.
Okay, awesome. We're almost there. We're
How
almost
are the maps generated? Could I come across an expansive rainforest in one game and trek through an uninhabitable tundra in another? Well, depends on your definition of expansive, but Ron, could you zoom out a bit? I want to check something.
All the way?
Yeah, as far as you can, so we get the gray overlay. I think we should be able to see at least one of these features already. No, we haven't fully explored it yet. There are terrain features that will be named features, like the river through our city. When we discover the entirety of that river, it might get named. And the same is true for like deserts and forests. I've had one map when I was working on some of the older screenshots where I wanted a screenshot of a desert, so I made some maps, and I got one with a giant desert. It was like a huge desert, and it just said in huge letters, Gobi Desert.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We'll be able to modify the fog. That's unfortunately something I can't answer because I don't know.
So we got this Civic over here, Army Composition. Personally, I like to go with this one, +1 combat strength on unit, but modifying unit production cost by 20% is pretty good as well.
Yeah, 20% cheaper units is good, and the 1% combat strength, it's deceptive for new players because it sounds like not much.
Yeah.
Because your basic units have 15 strength.
15, I think, yeah.
But the damage you deal does not depend on the absolute strength of the unit, but on the comparison, the difference between you and whoever you're hitting.
Yeah.
1 point more difference means you do 5 more damage and you take 5 less damage, which means overall +1 damage is 10 difference in the damage you deal, and units only have 100 hit points.
It's quite good.
So
I like
so
the sound of that.
+1 is huge.
Yeah, definitely. So what do we go for here, chat? I like making a decision on this one because these have some pretty groovy benefits to us. Games on Steam, Epic, and Stadia. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will there be a true start location map? No, because you don't start as a specific culture. You start as a Neolithic tribe wandering around. So it's kind of difficult to make a true start location map when the player you placed in, say, Egypt, then gets to the ancient era and says, but I don't want to be the Egyptians, I want to be the Olmec.
Yeah.
It does seem logical that
All right.
people shouldn't have to do
I chose
a job
combat
unless
strength.
they
Let's
want
see,
to.
All right. Cool.
Of national curiosity, have you played the Dutch and did you like it? Oh, I haven't played the Dutch in quite some time.
I tried to do kind of like a naval sort of playthrough, and it's pretty awesome. I do like the Dutch a lot. I like going from the Norsemen because they get the what is it? It's a lang skip, right? That's what it's called.
Yeah, the last.
The long skip. Yeah, and that one's pretty awesome. I like that.
Now, okay, there's a bunch of questions in Twitch chat, so while you proceed to fight the bears up there, I guess.
I'll fight this bear, yeah. I got it, chat.
I will answer the Twitch questions.
Cool.
Will resources be similar to the Fitzy system in the Endless games? Yes, except instead of dust, we have money. Will manpower be a thing? No, we don't have a specific manpower. What happens when your gold hits 0 or goes negative? Is there any effect on city quarters or infrastructure? I think there might be a stability penalty when you're in negative gold, but I'm not sure about that. But it's certainly anything that you might need gold for, it just locks. You can't do it anymore. You know, no attaching cities, no trading, whatever. So it can be quite frustrating to not have gold. Can you name your avatar? I believe, yes, you can enter a name for the profile, but all of that is still work in progress and is not finished, so I can't give a definitive answer on that. Why the decision to start with archers instead of slingers? That one I can actually answer, or rather I can give my suspicion. I think it is probably the dreaded production constraints. Similar to a lot of fans have said, you know, for Olmec and Maya, they would have liked an Atlatlist, you know, this spear thrower that they use to basically get a longer arm and thus be able to throw their spear further. The problem is there's only so many different animations for the units we can make. So we had to say, okay, the archer, there are many different units we can do that are archers, but there would be only one slinger. So we need to start with the archer.
All right. So, what are we doing here? Let's get some horsemen.
Let's go.
Oh wait, what's going on? Oh, okay, we don't have movement. Okay, cool. Keep it going. We'll try and
Only
grab
until
this
next or new
territory.
ones next year too. The game when it comes out should run on the most modern Mac, I guess. But we've only recently really started working on the Mac build, as far as I know. So we can't really say much there yet.
Darkest Depths, unsurprisingly. Oh, what did we choose for this one again? It was
I think it was Embrace.
It was Embrace, yeah, it was. Unsurprisingly, no rabid monster was discovered. In fact, the expedition found nothing more than endless tunnels leading nowhere. Once they knew the falsity of the rumors, the miners openly mocked the soldiers who struck into the darkness expecting monstrous terrors. After many days confined underground, the expedition emerged into the sunlight exhausted, demoralized, and ashamed. Yeah, that'll happen. It's cool that like these things come back. So in Humankind, you'll get these these narrative events that either come back pretty soon after you have made that initial decision, and there's a couple that like come back a little bit later down the line.
Some can come back a lot later.
Yeah.
Same for the civics. Like you make a civics decision, and then maybe way later it's actually, oh no, now my people are really angry because I made the civics decision.
Right. Yeah.
And yes, Theodore Barbu, yes, you can play the beta right now because it's available on Stadia. All you need is a Google account, and then you can play it in your browser, which is, quite snazzy. And even more, the narrator's voice is not the voice of your avatar, mostly because this narrator, as far as I know, is also still placeholder.
All right. Cool. So, yeah, maybe we do this. We don't have any archers, unfortunately, so we can't kind of like perch them on this hill. But the Tassetti archers are all done. They're on their way.
In a different timeline, would your soldiers have found the bear? I think the other option for investigate is actually that they go into the cave and they find ancient Neolithic cave paintings.
Right.
And then you get the options of saying, oh no, these ancient cave paintings, they are so old, they are the work of the gods. Or you can say, oh, these ancient cave paintings, they are so old, they're the work of our ancestors. And then
Right.
that gives you that civic we already enacted, the founding myth.
Oh, right. Yeah.
If you haven't enacted it, then the two options give you either the divine mandate or the natural right. Because,
Right.
you're saying, oh, this is the gods, divine mandate, or no, this was us, natural right. I would pay for Morgan Freeman to do the voice for this game.
That would be awesome. Okay. So we'll also get a lumber yard here, I think. And then...
Embrace the bear god. I was thinking earlier when we had the event with the bear, I was thinking, man, imagine if right at that moment Barely Tactical had raided us.
Oh, that would be
It was not
perfect.
an ordinary bear.
Yeah.
That would have been perfect timing. Sadly not.
Sadly not. The universe only serves us technical difficulties, and that's it.
Did the possibility of adding fictional cultures ever cross the devs' minds? We haven't considered it, but I know our Discord has talked about it quite a lot, and there will probably be mods for that, but not officially, no, because it's about history and not about myths.
All right, everybody. We're on to the classical era, it seems.
Yeah.
So
Let's take a look at the cultures, but remember, we wanted to take the expansionists so we could show off their abilities.
right, yeah. Here's the selection. So we got 10 different cultures, as well as, you can transcend and just be the Nubians in the next era. But we got the Axumites, the Greeks, Carthaginians, the Celts, Goths, Huns, Morians, Mayans, Persians, and Romans. So I guess our two expansionists are Romans and Persians. There's not another one, right?
No, Romans and Persians in this era.
Yeah.
And some more questions from Twitch chat. Aren't you afraid some people might criticize the game because it's similar to Civilization games or your previous titles, especially with the hexagonal shape that brings really strong feelings for other franchises? Well, it's happening. It's unavoidable. We're not afraid of it. We're a historical 4X games. The comparison is inevitable.
Yeah.
And so we're only up to it because, of course, Civilization inspired us for this.
For sure.
I don't even think we're thinking we're better than Civilization. We're just saying we're different because we have this different take on how the factions progress and how you win the game. But that doesn't necessarily make this game better. It's a matter of taste. Some people might like Civ better. Some people might like Humankind better.
Yeah.
As for the hexagons, there's only 3 options on how to get a flat map without gaps: equilateral triangles, squares, or I guess rectangles, and hexagons. So it's unavoidable.
Yeah, exactly. And also Humankind, or Amplitude as a studio, if you guys have ever played maybe Endless Legend or some of our other games, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at kind of the stuff that we've brought through and kind of retained in this game, but are also kind of innovating on. but yeah, as Steph said, that those comparisons are unavoidable for sure.
And
And
then
we
let's see,
knew that. We knew that going in. The whole team knew that, there would be those connections made as well.
Captain Coffee, nice name by the way. Captain Coffee asking, love Humankind stream. Instant question: what's going to be the game length limiting factors, win conditions, and what will be the final era? Well, the final era is the contemporary era, so roughly around our current time. The win condition is actually fame. So there's no different win conditions, but everything you do can earn you fame. Like, this empire has a really large population. Or, they have built really impressive cities. Or, they won a lot of battles and defeated a lot of soldiers. All that gives you fame. And at the end, the most famous civilization wins. Because, for example, the go-to example we always say is, they may not be around anymore now, but we still talk about the Roman Empire. And we still talk about the Aztecs. So, that's the fame, the mark you've left on history. That's why the slogan, how far will you push humankind? And then let's see if there are some other questions while chat is trying to make up their mind whether we take Persians or Romans.
I'll go for Rome. I just wanted to show everybody
How far
kind of
can
the
you
units
ascend the
and
same
stuff.
culture? Could you have Nubians in modern era? Yes, you could transcend the Nubians all the way into the modern era, which would give you massive boosts to fame. But you would have given up 5 legacy traits, 5 emblematic quarters, and 5 emblematic units.
As urban
so you would
centers
be a lot
grow,
weaker
both
for
ideas
sheer bonuses
and
than
civic
somebody who
are
picked a new civ
generated
every
at
time.
a record
So
pace.
it is
The
risky.
Romans. I'm sure they'll be lovely neighbors.
Time to pick
Don't
right
let
and build
words like
circuses with the
expansionist
Romans.
and
Yes.
militarist
Yeah.
give you the wrong idea.
Sorry, we'll let you guys watch that cutscene if you play. Didn't want to interrupt Steph there.
Can we expect some endless references here and there? I actually don't know about that. Maybe Jeff has snuck something in somewhere, or Steve. Yes, Captain Coffee, exactly. All the different win conditions factor into your ultimate victory.
Okay, so we're gonna get the Tesseti archers over here, and then we're gonna attack knock, and then maybe we'll call it a string.
The transcendence bonus is actually an increase to all the fame you will get in the future, not just in that era.
So plus
so
5
so you
influence.
get I don't remember the number, so completely made up, 20% more fame if you transcend, and you will keep that for the rest of the game. So if you take the Nubians again in classical, then everything else you do after that will get you 20% more fame. So yeah, you give up some bonuses, but you get more fame, and thus can maybe win more decisively. And it is sort of, it kind of simulates this, when a lot of historical civilizations, when they were really strong and powerful, they often stagnated because there was no threat, so they didn't feel the need to innovate and change and adapt. And that would eventually, come and, pardon my phrasing, bite them in the ass.
Do we want to plop down the triumphal arc? Where should we throw this?
No, I don't think we need a triumphal arc right now.
No. Just want to make our city look nice, comfortable. Walk through the arch. All right. So this turn, we'll pay Nock a little visit.
Yep. I'm actually thinking, wait, we might be able to check the special ability of the expansionists on the Nock. I'm not sure if we can. The problem is, of course, the expansionists, you need to be able to walk onto the administrative center of the territory to capture it, to steal it.
Right.
So I'm not sure if this is fortified or not, if we can walk on there.
Right. Can we?
But in theory, how it works is when you see an enemy outpost or an enemy unfortified tile, city center, because it's a suburb of a city, so to speaking in modern terms.
Right.
Then you can send your army there and sort of bribe them, and say, "Here's a bunch of gold.
Yeah.
You belong to us now."
So matter of fact, you belong to us now. All right. I don't know if we
And
can walk
since
right onto
people
it.
in both chats are asking about the final era. The final era, as said before, is contemporary. It's roughly around 2020, you could say. There's some technologies that are slightly futuristic, but more in the sense that it's stuff we are in the process of inventing. We're just not done with it yet.
All right. Looks like they've got some fences.
Now, Zarmas, transcending does not mean skipping an era. It means skipping a culture choice. So you still go into the classical era. You will just be Nubians because, maybe you have this big, powerful empire and you have trade connections everywhere and you're making crazy money. So you say, I actually want to stay the Nubians because, we are at the top of the world.
Right.
And then you get more fame, but you don't get new bonuses, which could become a problem later when somebody else who has more bonuses than you comes knocking at your door. Have you already showed the diplomacy UI? Yes, a little bit.
Yep. So we're sieging this city now. We don't have siege engines unlocked. So I guess we don't really have to sit here and wait for the next siege weapon. So we can
I
just...
think this is not fortified enough that it warrants siege weapons. I
Right.
think we haven't even invented siege weapons yet, so
Yeah.
we shouldn't wait.
Okay. Assault. Let's do it.
Are warships a thing? Yes, warships are a thing, but we haven't found the ocean yet, so there's no point to us. I mean, I guess we could have some desert ships, camels, but...
So where's this? Okay, we'll...
Also, Theodore asking when will the beta end? That would be next Wednesday. I believe at 6 p.m. as well. The time it started. Let's just put our archers on the high ground in the back and protect them with the people in front.
All right. Maybe throw some...
Just stick
Actually-
the warrior next to the city, I guess, and put the scouts on the top of the hill and in front of the archers.
Okay. Yeah, like this.
Because even without veterancy, the warriors will be stronger than our veteran scouts because scouts are not a combat units really.
Right. All right. So we'll do this. We do have a unit here that we could use as reinforcements, but
I think we also haven't invented reinforcements yet.
Yeah, not yet. So.
Is there a way to see the fame of other civilizations? And not at the moment. It's something we're thinking about, I think. But it's definitely not there yet.
Boom. Nice shot, boys. All right, and then we can just clean up.
Yeah, as you can see, even though we're merchants, we're not necessarily pushovers. Those archers are pretty good.
Yeah. I guess we'll just end the round here. Wait for sneak attack.
We'd really want to join the fight, but we haven't invented how to yet. Yes, it does sound a bit silly when you say it like that, but keep in mind the scale of these battles it represents. It's about communication and coordination.
Mm-hmm. All right, there we go. Knock claimed. Cool.
Pinwa saying, of course you chose the Nubians. Hey, that wasn't us. That was the game designers who said you're Nubians for this scenario. So don't put that on us.
Luckily, the Nubians are my favorite ancient era culture.
Oh yeah, I definitely like playing the Nubians because
Yeah.
between making money and those archers, it's very fits my playstyle very much because I can try to be peaceful, but if problems hit, I still have this powerful military to back me up.
Right, exactly. What do you usually choose in the classical era? Like, what's your favorite?
Ooh, the classical is a tough choice.
Yeah.
It really depends on my situation. Like, if I'm on the coast, I often choose Carthage because the Cawthon is very good. But I might also choose Maya for the industry bonuses they have,
Right.
or Huns if I really want to go conquering.
Yeah.
Over this way.
All right. Harbor construction, that's cool, but I honestly This
Yeah, I
is
don't think we
definitely
want to
not
harbor
ocean.
in that.
Yeah, yeah. Just kind of sail around a little bit in there. All right, cool. So,
Now, army travels at the pace of the slowest unit, right? Yes, but I think the slowest units we have are 4 movement points. Well, at the moment, our armies are a bit slower because we kind of got a little embarrassed, looking for a mythical bear.
yeah, right. Yeah,
So our
definitely.
soldiers are a bit demotivated at the moment.
Yeah. I guess this new city of Nock is also unadministered right now.
Yes.
So it might be a good idea to assign one. We do have one up here. You can see that in the top right corner over there. So we'll assign somebody. And what shall we bring? Queue up here. I promise I'll turn the FIMs off this time.
I think we should probably first go for. No, wait. We are already exploiting the forests because they're next to the city center, so that's good.
Yeah,
They've already built resource extractors, so that's good.
that is good. Yeah. We can throw
Is there
them
maybe
down.
something? Oh, wait. There's 2 luxury extractors, 1 tile apart.
Oh, all
That's
right.
ideal for a market corner.
Let's see.
If you put it like right between those 2 luxury tiles, to the left, then we can later add a farmer's quarter
Yeah.
northwest of it and give it even more bonus.
Oh, all right. So right here.
Andros, yes, as far as I know, there will be
touching
a game
both.
speed setting.
Here
But,
is a proposal to get your heart racing.
The details, of course, I
is
think it will be
interesting.
similar to the Endless games, but
Yeah.
I don't want to go into details yet when it might still change.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, they finally want to trade with us.
They want to do it again. Should we just accept straight up?
Just accept. We want to stay on good terms with them, I think.
This will be a
Okay.
blessing for all parties. I
There
accept.
we go. Look at
This
our
is cause for
awesome armor, by the way,
celebration.
everybody.
Let's take
Can
a
you
moment to
still
enjoy
build your
life.
unique unit while as a new culture? I think you keep it until you invent something better.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we can check. I mean, we're in the classical now, and you can just check. Can we still build our special archers?
Yeah, the archers. But is it chariots that... no. What's the next archer?
The next upgrade of the archer is crossbowmen, actually.
Crossbow.
In the
Crossbowmen.
medieval age.
Right. Yeah. No, chariots are the
The
chariot
Egyptian one.
archers are the Egyptians. Right. Cool. Okay. Well, I don't know. I'd say we leave it there.
Yes.
We can. I think we played a good portion of this. We don't want to spoil it all for you. Even though, I mean, there's a lot of game to play here. You have all 10 cultures in the classical era to choose, and you start off as the Nubians. And there's a lot of map for you to kind of explore. So, yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out.
And let me answer 2 more quick questions
Yeah.
that came up in YouTube chat.
Absolutely.
People have asked about the revolutions again. Yes, there is revolution that when you have a revolution because your people are too unhappy, it'll affect your civics and all of that. And somebody's asking about the Ordu. What does the Ordu do? Because the tooltip doesn't work in the current build.
Oh, okay.
The Ordu is an outpost, but it replaces the ability to become a city or be attached with the ability to build Hunnic horde units. So you cannot combine your territories into different cities, but you can build your army everywhere.
Right. Yeah. Awesome. Amazing stream. Great answer. Hey, thanks for hanging out, everybody. This was this was really fun. And if you do live in one of the regions that Stadia is available in, you can just go play this. If you want to follow us on social media at Humankind Game, we're at Humankind Game on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So we do this pretty cool thing where we're revealing cultures every single week over there on all the social medias. So if you want to keep up to date with all the cultures that are in. We're in the middle of the industrial era, which is era 5 out of 6. So we still got the entire contemporary era to do, and that's coming up real soon. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, if you want to go pre-purchase Humankind, you can do that on Steam, Epic Games, and on Stadia as well. So whatever you choose to play on, you can just go head over there and pre-purchase. Other than that, I think that's it, right, Steph? You got anything?
Yeah. No, I don't have anything. Well, I guess I can mention that for any German speakers, I will probably also try to find some time to stream it with Riding Bull in German, because I know some of the German fans have trouble keeping up with our English streams.
Yeah. So, yeah, we stream every once in a while here on the Humankind channel on YouTube. We're currently live on Twitch on the Amplitude Studios channel as well. We go live there with some of the Endless games every week on Thursdays at around this same time. So if you want to check those out, you're free to do so. But we'll be live here periodically, more and more leading up to release. In April, we can now say that.
Yes,
Next
finally.
April. So, yeah, keep on the lookout for that.
We've been dodging that question for so long, we feel like Agent Smith.
Soon, TM. Well, now,
Yes.
yeah. Now we don't have to say that as much, I guess. Awesome. Okay. Thank you so much, everybody. And if you have any questions about any of this, just hit us up on Twitter. I'll try to get to as many of you as I can. Awesome. All right. See you later, guys.
See you.